Today we're going to talk about investing lessons from the great Dolly Parton and her song 9 to 5. Getting out of the rat race. We know that work is a 4-letter word. A lot of people want to get out of that rat race. Let's figure out how to do that together. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that as we produce more videos, you can gain a little bit more education. And each time you listen to one of these, I hope you have some of those aha moments where you go, okay, that's what I needed to hear. That's stuff that I can start to implement and start to change my life on the financial side for the better. So the great Dolly Parton, I was born in the 70s. I'm approaching 50 years old. And growing up, she had a song 9 to 5. I think they even had a television show about it and so forth. And the 9 to 5, you know, if you listen to the lyrics, stumble out of bed and stumble in the kitchen or something like that, pour myself a cup of ambition, right? Waking up early. And I always remember as a kid when I would go to bed and have school the next day, and if it was something I wasn't looking forward to, which mainly meant I had to go to school and didn't have practice or, you know, some sporting event, then I probably dreaded it. And I especially remember on Sunday nights, just sort of that dread that I would feel where I didn't want to be in school. I didn't want to go do those things. And I think about people that are currently going to bed and just having that feeling in their gut that they just don't want to be doing what they're doing, and the thought and the dread that comes from having to go back to that 9 to 5. And so it's really important that we figure out how to escape that. That's going to bring about more freedom, more happiness, if you really don't enjoy that. Now, for most people, that is a job. That's work, right? If you find yourself in a very, very lucky position, then the things that you do, you actually enjoy, you love, you look forward to. And for me, I feel like my calling in life is to share about the financial markets, to educate, to give as much information as I can to the masses. I love what I do at the Cashflow Academy. I don't feel dread and feel like, oh, I have to do this. No, I get to do this. This is what I enjoy. And it's sort of like Warren Buffett. Why is Warren Buffett, who's been a billionaire for many years, why does he continue to invest and continue to do things at Berkshire Hathaway, even into his 90s? Why isn't he off on a yacht or doing whatever? Well, that's what he enjoys. That's what he genuinely loves. He loves the search. He loves finding the opportunity, going through and combing through and searching for investments. And if that appeals to you, then you're in the right place, because that's what we do. We comb through financial information. Our first pillar in the 4 pillars is fundamentals, and we look for great investments and that next opportunity. And some would say, well, how do I obtain that? How do I hit the next home run? How do I get into these investments? How do I invest in the next Nvidia or Apple or Google or Amazon or whatever that company may be? There's lots of them, right? Well, how do I do that? Well, I can tell you that the only way you're going to hit that home run is to swing the freaking bat. You won't do it if you don't swing the bat. You'll never hit a hole-in-one if you don't swing the golf club, right? So the first step is to say, well, I need to get involved. I need to actually swing the bat and figure out how to swing at good pitches and give myself that opportunity. There are those that are listening to this right now that are going to make the decision to get invested, to learn more, to get educated. And as they do that, they're going to start swinging at some pitches. And guess what? You're going to miss on some of them. And that's perfectly fine. In the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting, every single time, Warren Buffett starts by talking about a lot of the mistakes that they've made. Oh, well, we should not have put this money here. We had to close this position here. We had a loss on this energy asset, whatever it may be, right? And he'll say, you know, well, this was, and he'll usually blame himself. Well, this was my investment and it didn't work out or whatnot. It's really interesting because he talks about all these mistakes and you would think, well, he's not very good. He's making billions of dollars. Berkshire Hathaway just keeps chugging along, and his investments are fantastic, and he does incredible work for his shareholders. And yet he talks about swinging and missing from time to time, right? He doesn't really spend a lot of time patting himself on the back because he's got plenty of people to do that for him. But the point is that in investing, as markets go up, you'll always feel like you don't own enough stock. And when markets go down, you'll often feel that you own maybe a little too much stock. And there will be those emotions involved. But what's interesting about it is if I look back over the years, if I look at my net worth, it has steadily climbed pretty much year after year after year. And the amount of assets I've owned has continued to steadily climb year after year after year. So what's the point? Well, the point is that I'm not some genius. If you want to learn astronomy, geology, chemistry, I am not your guy. I don't know anything about that, right? I know about sports and I know about stocks. I was a Series 4 options principal. I know more about the options market and trading and investing than probably 99.9% of people alive, but I can't help you in those other areas of life. They're not of interest to me. But if I look at the investments I've made, I've had some great ones. I've had some bad ones, but I keep swinging the bat. I keep acquiring more assets. And in a way, it's like Monopoly. When you play the game of Monopoly, you buy whatever you land on, right? You're acquiring assets, and hopefully you can start to put some houses and some hotels on there and start to generate more and more cash flow. And it's really instructive. So for most people, the way out of the 9 to 5, as Dolly Parton says, I swear this man is out to get me. She's never going to get a raise, never going to get promoted, never this. And maybe people feel like that. The way out for most people is to really figure out how to generate more income, how to increase the amount of money coming in. Be realistic and say, okay, let's go ahead and do the right thing, get invested, get educated. And whether you do that or not, it's up to you. You're going to make those decisions that are best for your life, and that's perfectly understandable. If this is something that appeals to you, if this is something that you say, I would like to be a little mini Warren Buffett. I'd like to make some of those investments. I'd like to see some of this extra cash flow coming in. I'd like to smile when the dividends hit. I'd like to generate some additional cash from the options market. If those things appeal to you, then you're in the right place. Birds of a feather flock together, and that's what we love. That's what we teach. That's how we educate. So as Dolly Parton so rightly wrote and saying, the 9 to 5 is really a problem and really something that most people don't look forward to. And the quickest path out of that is to figure out how to generate income elsewhere, how to be more of an entrepreneur, more of an investor, get your money working for you, and get your escape route out of the rat race. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button to watch more videos, to get more educated on the things you learn at the Cashflow Academy. We'll see you next time.